unlawful. And we know that these reckless firings at the VA are not only harmful, but illegal, including the 2,400 already terminated at the VA and the potential for 80,000 or more that have been targeted by Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and Secretary Collins. And all I can say as a former prosecutor and state attorney general is that I urge Secretary Collins and the Trump administration to comply with this court order. Failure to do so would be the height of irresponsibility and lawlessness. But we need to keep fighting for all of the dedicated veterans and the public servants who provide services to them by passing the Putting Veterans First Act. That's why we're here, and I am grateful as well to Senator Gallego for joining us, and others on the VA committee, other Democrats who have joined as co-sponsors. This measure is a comprehensive set of steps to put back to work veterans who have been illegally fired, make sure that the VA is properly staffed, provide protections in the future to veterans who may be in fear of illegal firings. The fact is that this bill is a call to action at a moment of crisis for all of our veterans. The VA's system of health care and benefits has been disastrously and disgracefully put on the chopping block by the Trump administration. Elon Musk's heartless and heartbreaking cuts, freezes, and firings are not just bad for the people who have been immediately affected, but for all of the veterans suffering real-life impacts. And we are seeing those impacts in real time. Surgeries that have been denied or delayed. The veteran crisis line, whose lines have been unanswered. The social work that is not provided to veterans. All of it in real time right now. So this measure is absolutely urgent now. And it would put back to work, rehire all the veterans who have been fired in all of the agencies of the federal government. Rehire all of the employees of the VA who have been illegally discharged. Provide everyone in the future with specific standards that have to be used by the VA's leadership, standards based on individual performance, not we don't like you anymore, but specifically attuned to the performance of anyone who is fired, and an appeals process for those employees, as well as protection of their data and information and all of the veterans' data and information in the VA files. Mental health services for anybody who is discharged. And this kind of protection should be not only for the veterans, but for military spouses, members of the National Guard and Reserve, survivors, and veteran caregivers. This measure is the first comprehensive protection for veterans against these abusive practices, and my hope is that it will be bipartisan, because there's nothing about veterans issues that should be partisan. The fact is, Elon Musk is disrespecting our veterans, disregarding their rights, disastrously putting them in jeopardy of lack of health care, lack of benefits, even after the PAC Act, when we came together on a bipartisan basis. And let me just say one more point. There are now close to 40,000 vacant positions in the VA, including more than 6,000 nurses, 2,500 doctors, 1,200 custodians, positions that the VA is trying to fill through recruitment. And at the same time, it's firing exactly those same kinds of people. How is it possibly going to recruit the doctors, the nurses, the social workers, when it is firing them without reason, without basis, to the detriment of veterans? It is a disgrace, it is shameful, and a disservice to all who have worn the uniform and who will wear it in the future. With that, let me turn to my colleague, Senator Sanders.